best is relative, but I have an argument to make. If you're looking for a technical video on the Fujifilm 18 to 55mm lens, well, this video isn't for you. I made this video through the lens of sharing what I created with it, as well as going over why I like it. It's been 2 years since I bought the Fujifilm 18 to 55mm lens. It was also the first lens that I purchased as a new member of the Fuji gang. Squad up! And it's been one of the best lens purchases I've made thus far. This is one heck of a versatile lens that I've used for many videos as well as photos, and throughout this video I will provide multiple photo and video examples. What better place to start than talking about its video capabilities? My favorite feature about this lens is how quiet it is when it's autofocusing. That's the reason why I record 90% of my YouTube talking head videos with this lens. Other lenses out there are super loud when autofocusing, like the Fujifilm 23mm f1.4. But some things are better said with examples, so here's what that lens sounds like when autofocusing.
Yikes.
And here's what the Fujifilm 18 to 55mm sounds like. That's quite a difference. The reason I compared the autofocus sounds to the 23mm is because, number one, I own that lens, and number two, it's a 35mm equivalent that has a 1.4 aperture. Switching gears, aside from being in my city of Raleigh, I've taken this lens to places like New York, Paris, and London, and each time I walked away with plenty of photos that I'm proud of. One of the most important photos that I wanted to add to my street photography portfolio is one at night with a moving subject. That's what this photo accomplishes. This was taken on the Champs-Élysées en Paris at 18mm. And just as a note to the street photography crowd, when I'm taking pictures of traffic, this lens has been a must for me. But when I start approaching 50mm and above, that's more in line for street portraits and isolation of subjects, and is often where I switch lenses. Now, I must mention that this lens doesn't allow you to lock in the aperture at 2.8 through multiple focal lengths, meaning when you're zoomed in at 55mm, the aperture will be 4, not 2.8. Some people may be like, duh, but I feel like that needs to be said, especially for the beginner crowd. Now, let's take a moment to look at some more examples. In the following clip, you can see how well the 18 to 55mm responds to an object moving across the frame. Pay attention to its performance when I place the shoes closer to the lens and move them farther away. For those curious, this lens is attached to the Fujifilm X-T3, and the tracking and sensitivity settings will both turn down to 0. I promise, this is the last shoe I would use as an example, in this particular clip at least. But overall, I think this performs pretty well. What do you think? Hey, Editor Watts here, and I wanted to jump in and say a couple of things. Now, I'm not trying to stop Fujifilm from getting their bag, trust me, but in order to help you, the consumer, the customer, one of the things I recommend is buying this lens used. I bought mine for $322 2 years ago, and if you look at the retail price, it is $699. So use your own judgment and help yourself out where you can. If you decide to buy this lens used, make sure you bring your camera with you so that you can test it out and make sure it works properly. Also, you've seen a lot of photos throughout this video so far, and some of them are straight out of camera and others are edited. One thing that I don't really care about is talking about the sharpness of a lens. So if that's something that you love doing and you like pixel peeping and all that stuff, this video again is not for you. When it comes to sharpness, I just don't care. Like that doesn't matter a whole lot to me. As you can see, a lot of my photos contain motion, and I like lenses that have some character, and other ones that have like some softness. I want my pictures to invoke a mood. I'm still working on that for myself, but if you care about sharpness, I see that in a lot of comments, on different reviews on websites and under videos. That's not something I care about. I'm sorry. No offense. Now I know that this is not a wedding photography lens. If you're a wedding photographer, that's all you do primarily, you don't pick up the camera for anything else, then this lens is probably not for you. I'm recommending this to people that travel, people that love to go outdoors and just shoot. This is a wonderful lens, especially when you have it as a setup in your home office, posting to social media as well, just like myself. So those of you out there who fit that criteria, I think that this is a great lens for yourself. The next video that I have for you is a lost episode. This was a vlog that I deleted from my channel, and it just didn't fit the vibe of what I wanted this channel to be. Couple that with the amount of mistakes that I made in this video, man, the amount of mistakes were just a mountain. But I'm bringing this back just because I used the Fujifilm 18 to 55 millimeter lens in this. There are plenty of examples of me using image stabilization, and some of the more rougher scenes, the tougher scenes, I try to use warp stabilization, and then you can see how that kind of failed. But anyway, this is not something that I'm proud of, but I'm happy to show you guys just what you can go out and roughly do with this lens. So let's check that out. I've been out here with Relly and Kevin. Relly has his new Insta360 camera, and Kevin has his Sony a7 III. We're just walking around downtown and checking out what's going on, so I'm gonna roll a few clips of that. Why is it hard on my own? Why am I not like a bit more so? Why must the curtains come down? Why must the curtains come down? It's effortless now. In the end, we should leave something special. Let him talk. As long as my name is on their lips. Call me mysterious. Got that. Why is it hard on my own? We ain't got nothing to talk about. Why am I not like a bit more so? Why must the curtains come down?
Alright, so basically like kind of just like a natural, like if you're just running off the edge and like slightly jumping.
I mean, that's kind of
something like that. And then I'll let you know when I'm ready. Alright, and I'm ready whenever.
Alright, I'm ready.
Why is it hard on my own? Why is it hard on my own?
Oh, he's doing his running video, that's right.
That was fun, but like I said, plenty of mistakes. And this was when I just wanted to post whatever and just run out gun and just post videos to my channel just to get some things going. Done was definitely better than perfect at that time period. If you've been vibing with my content and you would like to see more videos, please comment, subscribe, like, and share this video. I know a lot of people get sick of YouTubers saying that, but for a channel like myself, under 1,000 subs, it's sink or swim when it comes to the YouTube algorithm. So help me, try to progress on this platform. I appreciate all the help, and I definitely don't want to get banished to the shadow realm by the YouTube algorithm. So I look forward to seeing you in the comments. Man, I know if Fujifilm ever had me on a list of potential people that they would work with in the future, then me telling them, everybody to buy the lens used and not straight from Fuji or the third-party retailers for retail, man, I know they crossed my name off the list. This is not this visionary watch guy. He's recommending them to go elsewhere to buy lenses secondhand, and we need that profit. We need that profit, guys. Anyway.